Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first live session of 2023. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had a really great couple of weeks over the last couple of weeks. So, in January, it's a brand new year, both obviously for everyone, but also in terms of the way the publishing calendar works. In December, you'll have experienced sort of 2 to 3 months of really high EPMVs as advertisers were wanting to put their ads in front of your readers at the peak spending time. And obviously at January, advertisers were pulling back on their ad spend just the same way as most households are. So ad rates have dropped off. It's entirely normal and entirely to be expected. It always happens at this time of year. What is really important to remember is just because of ad rates have dropped off, there's a lot of really positive steps that you can take to help your business grow over the next 12 months and set yourself up for success. So today's live session, as normal, you can ask any questions that you would like about Ezoic, about the wider publishing space, and also about the tools that Ezoic has. But if you're in the process of putting your content and marketing plans together and would like some additional advice around that, please do let me know. I'm here until 10 o'clock. The way the live sessions work is I'll answer all the questions as they come in order, and we'll do my best to get through all of them before 10. I do finish the sessions early if you have all your questions answered, and then that frees me up then to answer tickets or help people on community. So if you do have any questions, please do send them over to me when you're ready, and I'd be delighted to help you. One of the things that I just wanted to highlight to you today is that on Wednesday, this afternoon at 5 p.m, I'm doing a talk on ad rates and seasonality. So we're going to go in depth around what ad rates are influenced by and how you can make positive changes to your site to make the most of this time of year, but also to build up your business over the next 12 months as well. It's an expanded version of the session that I did last month about ad rates for you all as well. So it just builds on that. Okay, so we've got our first questions coming in. Thank you so much, Fighter YT. So Fighter YT has said, hi, I need some help regarding my website. My website is rejected by Ezoic due to adult and downloading content, but my site doesn't have any downloading and adult content. Kindly review my site again. And my other website is rejected by Google MCM due to multiple policy violation. Site is all okay. And my other website is rejected by Google MCM due to multiple policy violation. Site is all okay. Also, Ezoic did not provide any feedback regarding why it was rejected, and Ezoic also approved the web. And also, we are unavailable to create tickets. Your system is automatically closing our tickets. Okay, Fighter YT. So the first thing to make note of is that if you're an Access Now publisher, the best way to get help is to go to Ezoic Community rather than to create a ticket. So I'll pop that URL into the comment section there so you can bookmark that for later. And community is looked after by a team of people, and the team is split across the US time zone and also the UK time zone as well. And so the average response time for community is around about 6 hours, depending on sort of when you post, but that's roughly our response times in there. The support tickets become available to you once you're at level 1 or higher. You're still more than welcome to join in with the community and ask questions there. There's a lot of information in community where if you type in up at the top, describe how Ezoic can help you, you'll probably find that someone else has asked that question previously, and you'll be able to move forward with your concern straight away by following that advice there. So let's look at your other questions. So let's look at Google MCM process next. So Google MCM, that's not governed by Ezoic, and we don't have any input into why your MCM has been rejected. It's done by Google. All we can do is advise you and support you on finding ways to be able to make changes to your site so that Google feels comfortable approving your site. If your site has multiple policy violations, what Google is saying to you is that you've requested the site to be reviewed by Google too many times within a very short period and haven't actually fixed the initial issue that Google has flagged. And so by way of penalty, Google has said you have to wait 30 days before you can reapply. So what I would recommend doing is take a look at this support article. And again, I'll pop it into the chat so you can bookmark it. So bear with me. And then what I would recommend doing is reading through each of the different reasons why Google sometimes disapproves sites, and just make sure that you've got all of those reasons covered, so that you haven't got anything on there that Google might see as a reason not to approve your site. And then once the 30 days are up, you can then reapply to the Google MCM process. So let's move on to your first question, which was about Ezoic rejecting the site due to adult and downloading content, and your site doesn't have any downloading and adult content. What I would recommend doing with that is if you go over to community and create a post on there, we can take a look at your site in more detail and give you any additional information that we can. Do bear with us to protect our platform quality teams processes. We can't always go into a great deal of information, but where we can, we'll certainly provide you with URLs or examples. The best thing you can do with that is take a look at Google AdSense policies and just make sure that you're compliant with all their policies that they have on there. But please do let us know on community, just pop a message on there. As admins, we can see your domain and take a look at your account. Obviously, no one else can, only Ezoic team members. So that helps us to keep your account secure, but also helps us to get the right information to you. So I hope that helps, Fighter YT. Thank you so much for the questions, our first one of 2023. Thank you. Okay, so the next questions come in from Abdu Salpan, who said, can we check how much is the average EPMV for the audience from each country? If not, can you please tell me how much it is for Indian visitors? Okay, this is a question that I get asked quite often, and it's really hard to answer. And the reason for that is we can't give a specific EPMV because it varies so widely from niche to niche, and also it varies so widely in terms of how the traffic's coming to the site. So, for example, if a website has a lot of traffic coming from desktop, they tend to have a higher EPMV than mobile dominant websites. And the reason for that is that mobile screen sizes are obviously a lot smaller, and so the ads are a lot smaller, which means that companies are willing to pay less to put ads in front of readers. And also things like your user experience metrics as well has a huge impact in terms of EPMV as well. So it's really hard to give an EPMV example. What I would recommend doing is go to ad revenue index, and take a look at the average ad revenue index scores, and you can enter in the information at the bottom of your website and email address and unlock, I think it's about 6 different countries at the moment, and take a look at the trends for the ad revenue index over the different time periods and see the differences in different countries. The EPMV for India, for websites that I've looked at, on the whole tends to be a lot lower than traffic from US, UK, Canada, Australia. And the reason for that is advertisers are wanting to place ads in front of readers from the US, UK, Canada, and so that's why the EPMVs do tend to be higher. What I would recommend doing, Abdul, is I'm going to actually put an article live within the community later today, which talks about how to create content both from a seasonal point of view, but also an evergreen content point of view. And in there, it talks about how you can use big data analytics to take a look at where your traffic's coming from globally, and then look at ways where you can increase the traffic from US, UK, and Canada as well to help your EPMV increase. At the moment, what I would recommend doing is, in the short term, just making sure you've got your Ezoic dashboard well set up and optimized. So if you go to your optimization scores, take a look at any of those optimization scores that are less than 100. Click on the block boxes. They're blocks within your optimization scores. They'll turn into a pop-up, which will talk you through how you can improve that score. This way you can be sure you're getting the highest EPMV for your site that you can at the moment. Make sure you're using Flickify and Humix, especially Engage and Share. Websites that use Engage and Share can earn up to 15% higher EPMV than those that don't. And then also, if you're able to, if you've got topics available in Niche IQ topics, please do use that as well. That's going to really help you to grow traffic from evergreen content and from visitors from US, UK, Canada, and Australia as well, which will help increase your overall EPMV. So I hope that helps. Do let me know if you've got any follow-up questions. I'd be delighted to help you further with that. Okay, so we're just waiting for our next questions to come in. Thank you so much for the questions that have come in so far. So while we're waiting for the next questions to come in, what I'd like to do is just show you through the Ezoic blog. It's something that I do every session. I find there's an awful lot of very useful information in the Ezoic blog, and just want to highlight that to you all while I've got the opportunity to. If you don't visit the Ezoic blog regularly, and I can understand how busy you all are with juggling a business, and I know a lot of people work full-time as well and got family commitments alongside that, so time is very precious for you. I do understand that. One of the things that I do recommend is subscribing to the blog, so that when new blogs get put onto the site, you can get new content sent to you. That just helps you to then be able to read through those blog articles when you've got a few minutes, and then can put that information into practice the next time you're working on your site. One of the things that I found really interesting was this article on December the 8th about 5 proven ways to get more traffic and save a dying site. One thing that can be really disheartening as a publisher is when your traffic drops, and it can be through no fault of your own. It can just be a change in direction in terms of what your readers are looking for. Could be a Google algorithm update, or maybe you haven't created new content recently, which has a big impact in terms of the way Google promotes your site, and then also your readership getting to your site as well. So if that's something that you're struggling with at the moment and are looking for ideas on how to grow your traffic, that's certainly an article that I would recommend taking a look at that could help you with that. Okay, so Vital YT has said, and also tell me when I apply my site in Ezoic, then suddenly my traffic boosts, and when I approved, then suddenly traffic goes down. What is that? I don't know what's happening with that. So Ezoic won't be having an impact on that. We don't have any sort of traffic boosters or traffic restrictors in terms of the way our technology works. Traffic fluctuates regularly on sites for a lot of different reasons. It could be that when you're putting the site onto Ezoic and are applying, it might be at different times of year when holidays are taking place, or sort of different seasonalities taking place, or maybe you've created a lot of content recently, or done a lot of social media posts as well. Without looking at your site, we wouldn't be able to analyze why that's happening. So if you would like us to look at that, that's no problem at all. We can take a look at your big data analytics for you. Again, just pop a note into community when you've got a moment, and we'll certainly take a look at that for you just as soon as we can. Okay, so thank you so much for the questions that we've got coming in so far. What I'll do is I'll stay online until 9:30 today, just in case there are any other questions that do come in. So if you do have any questions that you would like to ask, please do let me know, and I'll be delighted to help. Thank you. So we've got our next question that's come in from Umar. So Umar says, please, I need more insight on Ezoic ads traffic split. No problem at all. So the way Ezoic works is that if you go to your Ezoic ads part of your dashboard, you can split your traffic so that part of it runs through Ezoic and part of it runs through another ad provider, and you're free to choose that percentage you would like to do. We recommend sort of doing whole numbers just because it helps your maths and also ours as well, if you would like additional support or insight. So if you're doing a traffic split, we recommend doing something like a 50-50 traffic split, or 90% through Ezoic and 10% through another ad provider. Typically, it's AdSense that people do a traffic split against. So when they first join Ezoic and you first put your website onto Ezoic, 90% of the traffic will run through Ezoic by default, and 10% will run through your original site. This helps you to check your Ezoic earnings against your AdSense earnings, and be able to see the profitability of going with Ezoic in terms of our higher ad rates. But also you can then see how all the different tools you can use can have a positive impact on your business as well. We recommend when you're doing this, use your annotations tool in Big Data Analytics. So make a note of when you're switching the Ezoic ads traffic split on, and then also when you're switching it off as well. This way you have then a record of the changes that you've made, and it helps us if you're looking for insights onto traffic or EPMV or revenue at different times. We've got a little note there to know and understand that only 90% of the traffic was running through Ezoic for that 2-week period, just as an example. So do let me know if that answers your question, Umar, or if you've got any additional questions. I'd be delighted to help you with that. Okay, so we've just got about 10 minutes left. If you do have any questions, please do let me know. For today, you can ask any questions that you would like about Ezoic, about the wider publishing space, Ezoic tools, or also with it being the start of the year, if you're looking for ways to set your website up for success in 2023 and planning your content calendars, and then also, marketing calendars, things like that. do let me know. I'd be happy to help you with that as well. So Umar has got a follow-up question. Thank you, Umar. And I said, what do you recommend to keep the percentage on? So we recommend that once you're happy with Ezoic, to keep the percentage on 100%. And certainly if you're on premium, we always recommend to keep your traffic on at 100% through Ezoic, so you can make the most of that premium revenue. The traffic split is designed for experiments. So if you do have any concerns or wanting to just to experiment, just to understand what's happening with Ezoic and what's happening with AdSense, you can see then that Ezoic is beating AdSense. So that's what it's there for. Like I say, if you are running a traffic split, do make a note inside the annotations tool, and that way if you do need any help or advice or would like us to look into that for you, we can certainly take a look at that and help. One of the things that's important to mention is that if you do have any concerns about your Ezoic earnings, one of the first things that I would recommend doing is making sure that your optimization scores are at 100 or as close to 100 as you can get them. That way you can be confident that your Ezoic dashboard is well set up. And what can happen is a lot of publishers at this time of year change themes, and by changing themes it removes the Ezoic placeholders from websites, and so revenue can drop off, and it can feel very difficult when that happens, and I can totally understand that. It must be really disheartening. It is an easy fix though, making sure you've got a good setup of Ezoic placeholders, either by using the Chrome extension or the Ezoic WordPress plugin, can help really to maximize your revenue and make sure you're not leaving any revenue on the table. And what's also important to check is things like max ads per page up and any ad restrictions as well. Sometimes what can happen is publishers can put restrictions on their site and then do a split test against AdSense, and there's no restrictions on their AdSense account, so it's not an apples to apples comparison. So again, just important to take a look at that if you are looking to do any traffic split testing. And if when you've done the testing, if you do have any concerns, then do reach out to us in community. There's a lot that we can do to suggest to help improve your site. A well set up Ezoic site should always do AdSense in terms of revenue. It is very, very unusual for Ezoic to be beaten by AdSense when a site is well set up. So if you do have any concerns, do let us know in community. We'll be delighted to help. So Abdul has said, if my site is rejected twice and I no longer have the reapply option, are there other ways for me to apply again after modifying the site? Yes, certainly, Abdul. So it depends on why your site was rejected and whether it was rejected by Ezoic or by Google MCM, and the reasons that rejection took place. What I would recommend though doing is modifying the site with the feedback that you've been given. Make sure you read Google AdSense policies and make sure your site is compliant to Google AdSense policies as well, both from an MCM point of view, but also Google advertising policies. And then send a note over to us in the community. We can certainly take a look at that for you and give you any advice that we can. Siobhan has said, hi, are the payments delayed? I have not received the December payments yet. Yes, I believe there's a message in your dashboard which has said that there is a delay to the payments. I don't think it's for everyone. I think there has just been a delay with PayPal, and that will be rectified in the next day or two. What's happened is with all the bank holidays over the Christmas period, there has been a delay in the payments going out, but that should be rectified in the next day or two. If you haven't received your December payment and the message in your dashboard has been removed, then of course do reach out to us. Say for example, your December payment comes out by check. It may be that the check has got caught up in the holiday post and you haven't received it yet. Do let us know, we can take a look into that for you. If you do have a message up in your dashboard saying that payments have been delayed, then that you are getting your payments via the PayPal, then that will be the reason why. But it is going to be fixed in the next day or so. So Abdul has said, thank you, no problem at all, you're so welcome. I really enjoy doing these live sessions and being able to answer your questions live for you. We do them every Wednesday at 9 o'clock at GMT. We've also got 2 other sessions this week as well, with it being January, and a big focus on ad rates, but also setting your site up for success in 2023. There's other live sessions tomorrow and also Friday as well. So if you do get a chance to join me, and if you do have any questions after today, I'd really love to help you. Please do look out for the sessions on Ezoic YouTube live streams. I put them up there for you so that you can then see when they're coming up. There's also a notify me button as well, so you can subscribe to the Ezoic live streams channel and get notifications of when the next live sessions are coming up. So Shavana said, I don't see any messages on payment delay. So do I need to reach out to Ezoic team and raise a ticket, or will it happen automatically? Okay, Shavan. So if you haven't got a message about payment delays, if you're an Access Now publisher, then what I would recommend doing is heading over to community, and we can then take a look into that for you. If you're level 1 or higher, then yes, please do create a ticket with our team, and our team can take a look at that for you and see what's going on. Please do bear with the team. Payments are looked after by our US team, so we'll certainly look into it for you just as soon as we can, but there may be a delay of 24 hours before we can get back to you, just because we'll need to reach out to the US team and see what's happening and come back to you. But yeah, if you haven't got your December payment yet and you've got no message in your dashboard about payment delays, then yes, please do reach out to us and we can certainly look into that for you and see what's going on. Okay, so we've just got a couple of minutes left. If you do have any more questions, please do let me know. I'd love to help answer any questions that you have about Ezoic, the wider publishing space or Ezoic tools. And then also, as I mentioned, with it being the start of the year, any questions about setting your site up for success. We've got a ad rates and seasonality webinar this afternoon at 5 p.m. GMT. That's myself and my colleague Audrey who are hosting that. So if you're around and would like to find out more information about that, we'd love to see you. There will be replays of it. So if you can't make it tonight, don't worry, in a couple of days' time, it will then be added to our trainings and webinars, support articles, so that you can take a look at that as well. So Umara said, I've added my AdSense through mediation. Is there a need to play with Ezoic ads traffic split? No, if you've got mediation set up, then what's going to happen is any traffic that's running through Ezoic has access to AdSense ads. Ezoic works with AdSense as an ad provider. And also what happens with mediation, once you've got that set up, is AdSense can outbid itself and all other ad providers that we work with. to place ads on your site as well. So you can feel confident that you're not leaving any money on the table by using mediation. And so there isn't a need to play with a traffic split or to do experiments with that. What I would recommend doing is at this time of year is focusing on getting your Ezoic dashboard really well set up, and then focusing on creating content and how you're going to plan your year ahead. Obviously, the content on your site and the way you market it drives the traffic that comes to your website. The more traffic that you get, even if your EPMV stays the same, means that your overall revenue will be higher. So I think that's something that's really important to remember, is that EPMV is definitely important and a very good indicator of sort of the health of your business, but also it's the volume of traffic that's coming through your website as well. So by focusing on your content and your marketing plans, this can really help you at this time of year to boost your overall revenue, even when ad rates are low. But also it can help you to ensure that you've got really good content on your site, and will bring your readers back again and again throughout the year as well. It's important to remember when you're planning your content to use your big data analytics, use Niche IQ topics. You've got a wealth of tools within Ezoic that can really help you to save time, because we know how precious time is when you are a publisher. So please do use those tools. Take a look at our support articles that can help you to use them, and obviously use these live sessions as well. If you've taken a look at Niche IQ topics over this week and want to ask questions live, then I look forward to seeing you next week, or reach out to us in community as well. We really love helping and answering the questions that you have, so please do let us know. So Custom Kit Gym Equipment has said, if you want to use Humix videos within content, should you then remove ad placements on a specific web page to avoid a poor user experience? No, there's no need to adapt your ad placeholders around videos, and the reason for that is Ezoic uses AI technology to understand the way your readers are reacting to everything on your website page. So Humix videos, because they're ran through the Ezoic platform, we can see those videos from an AI point of view, and so can adapt around them, so that there's no changes that you need to make. With ad placements, it's important to remember that they're a possible ad location, not a definite ad location. So if, for example, the AI is seeing that you're getting more revenue through ads on the Humix videos, and by having less ads within your content, it has a better user experience, then the AI will automatically do that, and it will automatically do that for each reader. So you might find that one person is monetizing better for you through Humix video ads, whereas another person is monetizing better for you from the ads on your content, and the AI will automatically change based on your optimization settings in your dashboard. So I hope that helps, Custom Kit Gym Equipment. If you do have any follow-up questions, please do let me know. So Siobhan has said, thank you. I have also applied for level 2. The level 2 says it has a dedicated rep. So what does the rep do, and what all support can we expect from him or her? So that's right. At level 2, you do get a dedicated representative within your Ezoic dashboard. We still do have a group of publisher success managers who will answer your questions, and the reason for that is Each of our team members have different speciality areas that they work on, and it also means that they also have different workload levels as well. So the tickets are that come in do go to a group of publishers success managers. If you would like to speak to your dedicated rep individually, if you want to build up a working relationship with them so that they can understand your business goals and support your growth, that's no problem at all. All you need to do is just put hi in the person's name in the ticket, and that ticket will get routed to them directly so that you can work with them and be able to build up that knowledge on both sides, both in terms of what you're trying to achieve with your business and the goals that you have, but also from an Ezoic point of view, so that they know and understand what your business goals are and can support you accordingly. In terms of the support that you get, when you reach out to the Ezoic team, if it's a technical question, then that will go automatically to our tech team. If you've selected technical question in the drop down, and the reason for that is that our technical team are specialists in terms of what they do, and there's also more people who are available for technical questions, and that's because technical questions tend to be impacting either the visibility of your site or the revenue of your site. So we need to make sure we get those answered really quickly and get that resolved for you. In terms of the publisher success managers, it's their role to help you to understand more about the tools in the Ezoic dashboard, also to help you to understand your data and to give advice on that data and the use of those tools as well. In terms of the way they support you, you will get emails from your representative or from the publisher success team every now and again throughout the year. And also when you reach out to them, the team will answer your question within sort of 2 to 3 working days with the information that you need. All we do ask is that for any level that you're in with Ezoic, is that if you do have a question, that you take a look at our support articles or the Ezoic community first to see if you can find the answer there. Many of the questions you might be able to find the answer to yourself, and then that enables you to get that answer straight away and move on to the next thing that you want to work on. So I hope that helps, Siobhan. If you've got any follow-up questions, do let me know. So Umar has said, I have a YouTube channel for my blog. Is it okay if I re-upload my videos on Humix? Yeah, absolutely. So with the YouTube channel and with Humix, there are some terms and conditions that you will answer before you can upload those videos. So all I would recommend doing is make sure you read through those terms and conditions carefully. The YouTube channel needs to be all your own content and not have any content in there that's copyrighted to anyone else. And with that YouTube channel, you can upload those videos automatically to Humix, and providing they are all your own work and follow Google AdSense guidelines as well, because obviously when you're monetizing them and when you're hosting videos on your site that is being monetized, the video content, just like the written content, needs to be Google AdSense within Google AdSense policies. So do just double check that before you upload any of your videos to Humix as well. You can then use those videos directly on your site through Humix, and then also through the grow and share functionality as well. So the advantage of that is that other Ezoic publishers may choose to put them on their site through that share functionality, and you may find that you can earn quite a bit of additional revenue through that. Like I mentioned before, publishers who use both the Flickify Humix, the grow and share functionality, can earn up to 15% higher EPMV than those that don't. So definitely worth taking a look at. And if you are looking at ways to boost your business this year, video is definitely a way to go. One of the things that I would recommend doing is just making a note in your diary each month to make sure that you're using your Flickify quota. So if you're a publisher who isn't on premium, you get 5 free Flickify videos each month. So you can use that either to create videos from existing content or from new content that you're creating and adding to your site. If you're a premium publisher, then you get 100. So what I would recommend doing with that is splitting that allocation up between the new content that you're creating and also making sure you're going back over your sort of top 10 to 20 pages of your site and making sure that those all have videos as well. If you're a site that's seasonal, make sure that when you're creating those videos, you're looking sort of 2 to 3 months ahead and making sure that your landing pages in sort of 2 to 3 months time have those videos on them already, and then that way you can always make sure that Google has seen you've got the multimedia aspect to your site. You've given Google sort of 2 to 3 months to get that video within the SERP rankings, and when readers are searching for the content in a couple of months' time, your videos there, that helps with brand recognition, but also can directly get traffic to your site as well. So there's a lot of positives from using video. So I hope that helps. We'll stay here for another couple of minutes just in case there's any more questions to come in. If you do have any questions, please do let me know. I'd really love to help. I set aside an hour for these live sessions, but do finish them early if there aren't any questions coming in, because that enables me to help people on community or tickets as well to make sure they get the help they need. But I'll stay around for another couple of minutes in case anyone has any last minute questions, and then we'll close down for today. Do remember that there's another one of these sessions next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I host them every week at 9 a.m. GMT. So if you are looking for live help or just want some general support, do let me know. You can also find me on the Ezoic community as well. I've got various different threads on there to help you with your EPMV and also your Core Web Vitals scores as well. There'll be another article going up later today, which talks you through how to plan out your content using Ezoic tools. January is a really good time of year to review how you got traffic to your site last year, how that site traffic monetized for you, where the content gaps are on your site, so that you can use that information to build out the content on your website and set yourself up for success in 2023. So Siobhan has said, my website has lots and lots of images. I was using Short Pixel for optimizing their sizes, but Ezoic has asked to stop using it. So does Ezoic have a separate tool? Yeah, absolutely, Siobhan. So we have a tool within Leap and the optimization settings, which do work to optimize the image sizing. What I would recommend doing with yourself being applied for level 2, what I would recommend doing is first of all opening a ticket with the support team, your publisher success team, just to see what recommendations that they have for you. There is a community article, so if you go to Ezoic community and type in how to get your Core Web Vitals to green, you'll see a step-by-step guide which takes you through the steps that you can take, so you can always follow those steps as well, or if you would prefer, you can work directly with the Publisher Success team. The article or the team will be able to get your website as fast as they can in terms of Core Web Vitals, and then once they've done that, you can then reach out to the Leap team to be able to do sort of the next level of fine tuning. You mentioned that your website has become very slow. So what I would recommend with this is, first of all, making sure you've got your Ezoic cache on and the CDN manager set up. In terms of the slowness, also, if you can let us know how you're tracking the slowness of that, that really helps us to understand what's happening and what the possible solutions are. But yeah, we can certainly help you with this. Like I say, either work through the article within community or reach out directly to the Publisher Success team, and they'll be able to walk you through the steps that you can take from there. And then once we've got you as far as we can, we'll talk you through how to reach out to the Leap team so that they can fine tune your settings and help get your Core Web Vitals to green. This time of year is a really great time of year to spend time on fine tuning your Core Web Vitals and getting all that set up. So yeah, the team will be delighted to help with that. Okay, well, thank you all so much for the questions that you've sent over today. I'll just give it another moment or two just to see if there's any last minute questions that have come in, and then I'll close it for today. You're so welcome, Siobhan. I'm really glad that we could help. Do let us know how you get on. If you do need any further help, I'm here next Wednesday, or do reach out to me in community. I'd love to be able to help you further where I can. So in terms of these live sessions, I've got another one next Wednesday at 9 a.m. on GMT. So again, all our Wednesday ones are very general ones where we answer any questions that come in from yourselves, and you're free to ask any questions that you would like, as you've seen today. And we've had a wide variety of questions. Where I can, I answer the question straight away for you, or where I'm not able to, or it's best for your website security, I'll make sure that you're directed to the next possible place to get help. If you're an Access Now publisher, please do reach out to us in community if you've got any questions. I say there's a team of people in there based in both the US time zone and also the UK time zone who are there to help you with your query. And also we've got a number of threads that I've created there which can help you to go into more detail on different topics such as EPMV, Core Web Vitals, and then also one that I'll be releasing later today, which will talk you through how to use Ezoic to plan your content for 2023 as well. Hello, Nahom. Welcome to our first session of 2023. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're keeping well. Okay, so I'll just give it another couple of minutes in case there's any last questions that have come in, and if not, I'll close for today. Do remember that I've got another 2 sessions this week, one tomorrow and one on Friday. The reason for that is with ad rates being low at this time of year, we want to make sure that you've all got all the support that you need to help to understand what's happening with your business in terms of the ad rates, but also how you can use this time of year to really build your business up and set it up for success in 2023. So January is a really important time of year in the publishing calendar. So Nahoma said, I meet the requirements for level 1, but not assigned that level. Well, first of all, Nahoma, congratulations for reaching level 1. That's amazing, amazing news. So in terms of the transition from Access Now to level 1, it's quite a big one because what happens is you then get access to the level 1 publisher success team, so you can open tickets. It opens up additional advertising providers. And also it enables you to start being on the wait list for premium as well. Doesn't mean you'll get invited, but it does mean our team start looking at your websites and testing it to see if your site could be suitable for premium. So congratulations on your achievement there. In terms of moving up the level from Access Now to level 1, it is an automatic process. But do bear with us. With it being the holidays, there may be a slight delay. It can take a couple of days for the process to go through. If you find that by early next week that you haven't been leveled up to level 1, do ask a question in community about that. We can take a look and see what's going on there for you. It's important to note that to move up from Access Now to level 1, as with any leveling up, that you need to have achieved the visits and also the revenue requirements in the last 30-day closed period. So we're in January now. Your dashboard will show you the results for December. And so sometimes what can happen is you might have achieved one of the requirements but not the other one, and so that's why the leveling up process hasn't happened. But if you've achieved both, that's fantastic news. Do just give it a couple of days and you should be moved up to the next level by early next week at the latest. But if not, do let me know in community and I can certainly take a look at that for you. Okay, well, thank you all so much for your time today and for all your questions. It's been really lovely for me to spend time with you all, and I'm really glad that we've been able to get the answers for you. Nahoma said, yeah, I have achieved both. I will wait. Thank you. No problem at all, Nahoma. If you've achieved both in a couple of days, that should all be updated for you. So I hope you all have a really great week. If you do get time, please do join me tomorrow on Friday. If you've got any questions or concerns about ad rates in January, or want to find different ways to set your site up for success in 2023. There's also a session this afternoon at 5 p.m. on GMT as well about that subject. And I hope you have a really great week and look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.